Okay, everybody, I wanted to bring a quick video. This is kind of an interesting ordeal and frustrating as well. I've got this BMW X3 that was from another shop, and there's kind of a history on this. This is the one I did a video on a few weeks ago, or a few months ago maybe, where the other shop was towed in for a no start, and they diagnosed that the starter was burned up. Well, they put a new starter in and then still wouldn't crank, and they did some more checking and found out it also burned up the relay that's on the anti-theft module. And so they put a used module in. I'm not sure if they could get a new one or not, but of course they couldn't program it because it's not programmable once the VIN is programmed. So we did a video where we cloned the used module and got it running, and that was, I think it was a couple months ago. Haven't heard anything back until recently. Well, the other shop excuse me, the other shop called me and said, well, she's still having problems and we're not sure if it's in the programming or what. And I'm like, well, what kind of problems? And you know, it cranks and runs like it should, but the check engine light's coming on and the transmission's not shifting right. So she basically parked it and hasn't even been driving it since she got it back. So he wanted me to look at it, and I was kind of leery. I'm like, you know, that it was something we did because we only programmed the anti-theft. We had nothing to do with how it runs or anything like that. If it'll at least crank and turn over, that means the anti-theft is programmed correctly. And anti-theft light wasn't staying on. There was no codes for anti-theft. So anyhow, out of goodwill, I decided, yeah, I'll look at it. So we did a scan of the system, and the transmission control module wasn't even communicating with the network. So that's why it's not shifting correctly, because it's not communicating. So we pulled some wiring schematics, and oh, that's a different car. And long story short, there's all the powers and grounds for the transmission control module. Right there, there's like 3 or 4 fuses and 2 or 3 grounds over here. And so I pulled the pin out of the plugs, and we went and checked all the plugs, and we had all our powers and grounds except on this number 8 and number 9, which if you can see it, number 8 and number 9 comes over here to this electronics fuse carrier. It's a 30 amp fuse, number 4, and it powers both of those. And so then we came over here to the electronic, I don't know if you can see that. I've got my pulsar plugged into there right now, but we found that 30 amp fuse was blown. So we thought, well, it doesn't look like it has anything to do with the starter, but we put another fuse in there, and it's a dead short. As soon as you crank it up, the fuse will blow. So I just wanted to show you what we found. So we'll go ahead. That fuse only has power when the engine's running. So we'll come over here and we'll put it to 30 amps, which is what the fuse is. 30 amps. And then when we push down, see how it pulsed it? Oops. It pulsed it. So immediately you could see it's at 50.8. It's a totally dead short. So we came over here and did a power distribution on this fuse, and all 4 oxygen sensors also are controlled by that. So I said, well, it's easy enough to unplug oxygen sensors. So this first one is down here. You can see that over there. That's the first one. We unplugged that, and it didn't make a difference. Then we came over here to this one, and we followed the wiring, and you can see the wire goes down each side inside there, and then it comes back up over here, right here. And so when we unplug this one, now when we do the pulsing, let's see. Oops, wrong button. There we go. It's only drawn between 2 and 7 amps. So that oxygen sensor is definitely dead shorted. But what's interesting is when you follow this wire, let's see if you can see that. It's hard for me to see what the screen's showing because there's a glare, but it goes down, and I don't know if somebody has had this head off, but this wire is totally, you cannot even pull it out of here. It's totally wedged in there. It's almost like that wire got down there when the head was off, and it's you can maybe see it if I shine it right there. That wire goes down there, and then it comes up over here, right there. And so this whole length here, it's underneath the cylinder head, and it's shorted to ground. So somebody's been in there. Who knows if it was the other shop or what. So to fix it correctly, you should probably pull this fuel rail and pull this intake off to see it. Maybe just the intake that was off and not the head. But most likely what we're going to do is just get another oxygen sensor and cut it off right here and plug it in and let the customer know that what the thing is. I'm going to call and talk to the other shop, but it's frustrating because when I talked to the customer, she was stating that she thought the other shop messed up because she said, I don't think it's the programming, because like I said, it starts and runs, and it's not doesn't appear to be a problem with the programming. But the other shop told her that they thought I screwed up on it. So it's kind of frustrating that they didn't tell me that, but they told her that, and then they give her my number so that she's not calling them, but she's calling me to check in on it. And so it's just one of the things you got to deal with. And thankfully it wasn't anything I did wrong, but it's just frustrating that I have to spend my time, which I'm going to charge them for my time, but I could be doing other things rather than defending my work. But anyhow, I hope you enjoy these videos, and we'll catch you on the next one.